Okay, we're gonna look at the second part of the homework and hopefully I can get through this a lot faster. Number 21, it asks us to describe the error in finding f of 5 when f of x equals 2x minus 3 if x is less than 5 and x plus 8 if x is greater or equal to 5. Now, you probably saw the answer on the other video near the end, but I wanted to explain why this answer is not true. Because if you look, f of 5, that means x equals 5. And if x equals 5, 5 is not less than 5. And they plugged 5 into this equation, 2x minus 3. This is the inequality that works for when x equals 5, because 5 is equal to 5. It does say greater than or equal to, but this equal to part makes this row true. So I would use x plus 8, not 2x minus 3. So x plus 8, f of, of 5 equals 5 plus 8, which equals 13. And that would be your answer. So that is why this one is incorrect. For number 22, I have to make this a little smaller. It says describe the correct error, or describe and correct the error in graphing. And they give us the piecewise function. We need to figure out what's wrong. Now I talked about it a little bit today. And let's see, describe and correct the error. So x plus 6. I should have, let me do this in pencil, about right here would be my y-intercept for x plus 6. And it has a positive slope. So yeah, it would, yeah, that works. But the problem comes, yeah, so the line here is drawn correctly. And I'm going to check 1. If x is greater than -2, it equals 1. And that works. Except for we have one problem. Notice here we have, excuse me, we have x is less than or equal to. Well, less than or equal to means we have a closed circle. And here they have an open circle. So this needs to be changed to a closed circle to fix it. And for this one where it's greater than, there's no equal sign, so it would have to be an open circle. And honestly, I don't know how, I guess if you had to do it on your own paper, you would draw the graph, because I gave you graph paper, and you would instead put the circle down here. And that would be the correct answer for number 22. Okay, so be mindful of open circles and closed circles. So the next page, they give us a couple graphs, and then they want us to write the piecewise function, or yeah, the equation for them. And on this one, I'm going to go ahead, equation 1, I'm going to start left to right. I'm going to do this one first, and it has b equals 2, and m for this one, the slope is up 1 over 1, so it equals 1, up 1 over 1. And we have y equals mx plus b, so my first equation would be x plus 2. And then let's look at the second equation over here, the second line. Here it has a y-intercept of 2 still, but it's a horizontal line. The slope equals 0. I don't think that's dark enough on this paper. Let me try this. The slope equals 0. And the y-intercept b equals 2. So that would give me 0x plus 2 or y equals 2. And here y equals. So to write my piecewise function, I would write f of x or y. In the book they put y. I'm so used to doing f of x. For what we're doing, we'll interchange them for now. And I'll write my first equation, x plus 2, and my second, 2. And then if, and then I need to put my statements in. I guess I put this in the wrong place to write my statements. But for this one, this line, here's 0. So this line would be 0, and this line less than 0, and this line is greater than 0. So if x is less than 0 and x is greater than 0. And again, like I said in class today, for some of you, it doesn't matter which one you put the line under, as long as you pick one. And the Big Ideas book picks this one, so I'll stick with that. But I would still count it right if you put the equal sign with this one. So let's look at number 24. This time I'll have plenty of room over here to write. See if I can make this a little bigger. Okay, so here we have the equation y equals -3. The linear equation for this, because y-intercepted -3, it's horizontal line, no slope. And this one has a y-intercept, b equals 3, and the slope is down 3. So down 3 over to the right 1, so -3 over 1. So my equation would be y equals -3x plus 3. And then for my piecewise equation, I'll just stick with what the book's doing, just to show you. If you put f of x or y, I'm not going to count it wrong, but just make sure you understand if you have a standardized test that they might want f of x, if you see f of x, that it's the same thing. No, technically it's not. Okay, so I'll put -3 if x is less than or equal to 0, because it's on where y equals 0, and it has a closed dot, and then it has an open dot at 2, and it's greater than 0, so I'd have -3x plus 3 if x is greater than 0. So that is the second one. It almost feels like all that heavy graphing that writing them is easier. At least it feels that way for me. I'm hoping it will be that way for you. Number 25. Looking at this, I have, I'm just trying to decide where I want to write things on the paper. Let's see. So this equation, it has a b equals 0 and the slope down 1 over 1. So slope is -1. And I'll even put over 1 just to emphasize we're going down. So the rise is actually going down, so it's negative, and the run is positive, so it's a +1, which still equals -1. So I have y equals -x as my first equation. This one is a lot harder to figure out because we don't know what the y-intercept is. We can, thank goodness, count going backwards, because if this slope is negative, it's -1 as well. Our m equals -1. But we can go back. Up 1 left, up left, up left, up left. And it ends up being right there at 1. So my b equals 1. So that would give me the equation y equals -x plus 1. So I'm going to go ahead and write these to the left. Y equals, and I have -x if, and then I have -x plus 1, comma, if. And for this one, since it's an open circle, less than 4. So if x is less than 4, and so this one would be if x is greater or equal to 4. And that is the piecewise equation for that one. Two more. Just as a side note, worst case scenario, if you cannot figure out what the y-intercept is, you can pick 2 points. Like I could pick this point and this point, and, or no, I could do the, yeah, I could pick this point and this point, and I can do the point slope form of the equation, okay? And yeah, just one, I'm getting my equation for slope to figure out the slope and my point slope mixed up. What I'm trying to say is you could pick any point on this line. Let's say I pick 4, -3, and I have a slope of -1. So point slope would be y equals -1 times x minus, this end would end up being +3 because it's, no, it'd be -4. It'd help if I wrote the point down. Let's say this point is 4, 3, there's my point. So x minus 4 plus 3. And if I simplified this, that would give me y equals -x plus 4 plus 3. And of course I do have a mistake in here somewhere. Plus 4, minus 4, plus 4. Oh, -3, that's what I did wrong. This up here, I went off my track, tried to do something a little different. So this would be -3, and that would give me y equals -x plus 1. Okay, so as long as you don't do any arithmetic errors like Miss Stallings did, you'll be fine. You guys know I give partial credit. Okay, this last one, or second to last one, this line, I'm not going to go into great detail because I've already discussed slope. This one has a slope, b equals -2, and I don't have enough graph. I guess I could do this and go, actually this is +2. So up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. So it would have, yeah, b equals 2 and m equals 2. Well, I'm all over the place with this. Let me just rewrite this one. B equals 2. I guess I kind of left out that both equal 2. But again, like I did point slope over here, if I had trouble and I couldn't do that and figure it out, I could pick any point along this line. I'm going to go ahead and just pick -2, -2. Okay, and my slope is up 2 over 1, so my slope is a +2, and I will plug that into the point slope form of the equation. So y equals 2 times x plus 2 minus 2. Remember, our original equation is y equals m times y minus y1 plus y1, and oops, oh my goodness, Miss Stallings, these are x's on the inside, x minus x1, looks really bad. Okay, so x minus x1, and because this x is a negative here, it's a minus a -2, which becomes a +2. So that's the explanation for that. I simplify this and I get y equals 2x plus 4 minus 2. So y equals 2x minus plus 2. There we go. So there's the first equation. The second one, let me do it in a different color, would be this one. We have a slope of up 1/2, b equals 1/2, because it's up 1 to the right 2, and then that is m. Sorry, I'm getting my m's and b's mixed up. I'm getting tired. It's like almost 7 o'clock. And I'm still at the school, so I need to get this done and go. My b equals -1. So my second equation is y equals 1/2 x minus 1. So my piecewise function will be y equals 2x plus 2 if x is less than -2 and it is 1/2 x minus 1 if x is greater or equal to -2. I'm going to see what their answer is. Well, they put it on a different one. They put their equal sign under here. Again, it doesn't matter. You just have to pick one. And then the last one, they give us 3. I'm going to go ahead and just write them. I already showed how to do point slope form. My first equation is y is -2, so -2 if x is less than or equal to -2, so there's my first one. My second one is, it's positive slope, so it's 2x, and it ends at 0, so I don't even have to put that. I could put +0, but I'm not, comma, if x is between -2 is less than x. Oh wow, you can't even see what I'm doing. Here we go. So sorry. So -2, if x is less than -2, this one is between -2 and 0. That's what I'm trying to write here. I don't have enough room. How about I just show you, because I have more room here. So, oh yeah, and I messed up on this anyways. I don't want to make another video. But here is the answer to the last one. It's at 1, not 2. I might just cut the end of the video off and tell you guys in the comments. Well, I've sent this to you via live grades. This sheet right here. But again, might as well finish. You guys know I can never just stop. Okay, so this one's 1. The dot here, less than or equal to -2. Then this one, I had the slope right, it's 2x, 0 y-intercept, and this is between -2 and 0. And this is a less than, notice open circle, closed circle, less than or equal to. And then here it's down 1 over 2, so that's -1/2 equals m, which is our slope. And we have a y-intercept of 2, and that's for if x is greater than 0. And that is the video. Thank you for being patient if you made it this far through my mistakes. Good luck practicing with your quiz review, which we'll go over when we get back.